Let's strap some people to the rack, shall we? I'm pretty sure we're supposed to choose to draw with this deck when we have the option, right? This definitely looks like keep. How late did I end up going last night? I went for a couple hours. Not super late. Morning Bionic. Just easy Snapcaster Mage here, right? You wrecked your car. I hope you're alright. Hope everyone else was alright. You want me to sing? Sing. Sing a song. Sing out loud. To last your whole life long. Don't worry if it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing. Sing a song. Does that count? Is that reasonable? Take away your leaking mana. Strap them to the rack, boys. This archetype definitely underperformed the last time we played it. I agree with that. This is the first game of the first match. Oh, right. I knew there wasn't a braid. I was loose. It was loose, chat. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. It's early. I know what Magic cards do. I'm gonna leave this Verdant Catacombs untapped because there's a good chance they're a Blood Moon deck. So I might want to fetch a basic with this. This is a rack deck. I literally just killed a rack. A Grikachu with the $10 donation. Hold on just a moment, gotta refresh my dashboard. Let's avoid the affinity mirrors this time, sounds good. We'll put bots back in the cube. A Trax, thanks for the bit bomb. Morning. Oh, I should be holding lands, right? We have Raven's Crime in our deck. Yeah, I'm gonna hold lands from here on out. Jace the Mind Sculptor. How do I beat that card? Can we beat Jace the Mind Sculptor? I feel like we don't, right? He draws a card every single turn. Oh, I guess Life from the Loam actually gives us a nice way to beat Jace with Raven's Crime, right? It's actually a thing. So like if we draw Life from the Loam, we can definitely grind down their hand. Can't believe Watsy hasn't rebanned Jace yet. Thanks for the bits, Kinkle. I know, right? He's so oppressive. Kind of getting a little bit of wrong half problem here. Drawing our pieces of spot removal against deck that doesn't play any creatures. They're sculpting our minds. And like, it's kind of interesting, right? Because like, if this, I'm actually gonna fetch my basic forest here, just so I can cast this, leave Fatal Push up, but still not get Blood Moon off of green. It's actually kind of interesting because if we were playing like a mono black rack build at this point, the game would be pretty much be done, right? Whereas because we have access to the Life from the Loam Splash, we're actually kind of still in this game, right? The hashtag for this weekend should be top 1000. Titan Shift. Titan Shift is the matchup you're never going to beat. Red-green. Red-green Valakut. I think I'm actually going to keep the Fatal Pushes here, because like 2 Shrieking Affliction should be plenty to beat my opponent, and I just want to make sure that they can't pressure my Liliana with this Mutavault or Snapcaster Mages. So I want to keep both these Fatal Pushes, I think. Watch them play like Vendiclick. They just burn her out, I'll be a little bit sad, but I think keeping the Fatal Pushes with the goal of defending her is very reasonable. Yep. And like, that's their third bolt, but at the same time, like, they have Jace the Mind Sculptor going, so they're going to see a lot of cards. Just waiting on one of our 2 Loams here. Hey, JC Poo. That's a tilt. That's a tilt. Yep. Things aren't looking good for our hero, chat. No, I've only ever been to Roanoke a couple of times, and I mostly just had people that lived there chauffeur me around while I was there. So I can't really give any recommendations. Unlike a lot of the people that grind the STG tour, I never ended up living in Roanoke. I think the Light from the Loam Splash is interesting. I wasn't a big fan of the mono black rack deck last time we played it, but I'm willing to give things tries. The fact that they're fate stealing us now probably means we're out of this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think we're a little bit too far gone. I think the engineered explosives plus the Jace is just a little bit too much here. A couple of Maelstrom Pulses sound great. These Abrupt Decays are probably pretty bad. Or their cheese fries and their cake shakes are great. There's nothing more American than a cake shake and a cheese fry. Maybe Whiskey Dingo. They could just like have identified the fact that like Blood Moon's, I don't think Blood Moon's particularly well positioned in Modern right now, so maybe they're just like trying a blue-red control deck where they're getting value out of their lands by playing creature lands as opposed to trying to cheese people with Blood Moon. I don't hate that idea. I don't know. I don't think these Collective Brutalities are quite good enough. I'm gonna go ahead and submit like this. We would like to be on the draw. This is the new low latency. It's quite excellent. Fleckmister, if you'd like, I can do it tomorrow or next week. I'm happy to swap it out for something else if you'd prefer. What are we doing? Just Snapcaster Mage, right? I probably saw it, but I don't remember. All my bullshit gets on the stream so quickly. Loam provides this deck a nice engine with both having extra cards for Liliana in the Veil, as well as the ability to fuel Ravenscrime. Snapcaster Mage is a pretty good draw here. I think even if we draw a land, we're just going to Wrenchbind our opponent next turn, just get the 2-for-1. Just going to push that right off a cliff there. Hold on to this land for now. I assume this is going to eat a mana leak. Yeah. Although, honestly, we don't really have a good answer to this Mutavault, right? Mutavault's going to get to pressure down on Liliana. I guess with Shrieking Affliction, we can just race it potentially. They have a bolt. Of course they do. Yeah, this stream, unlike a lot of people that tediously stream Magic Online Vision games, we don't play to maximize random MTGO points. So if we get to a point where I would have won the game in paper, but we're not going to win on Magic Online because of Magic Online's lack of loops, I just concede the match and then count it as a win for the deck. It's not a big deal. I'm going to bin the Maelstrom Pulse here, just because I think leaving Fatal Push for the Mutavault is pretty important. They could, like, slam a Jace, and then I'll be pretty sad, but I think it's correct to keep the Fatal Push because of this Mutavault. Just gonna hold this for now, again, because we have Ravenscrime in our deck. Morning, Demi Eyes. I like that they spell snared my life from the Loam. That's cute. We're just gonna die to this Mutavault, which is kind of sad. I guess we're kind of winning the race. If I dredge into a Raven's Crime here, we're in an okay spot. So I'm dead in 4. If we hit a Raven's Crime this turn, they'll be dead in 3, which is nice. Come on. Gosh, we're 26 cards into our deck without one. It's pretty frustrating. I think that means we've lost at this point. Oh, we have Mutavaults of our own, right? Yeah, we do. So we could dredge into one of those too. Well, that's really unfortunate. We're 26 cards into our deck without a Mutavault or a Raven's Crime. It's bad beats sometimes. Some pretty exceptionally bad beats. Bad beats by Dr. Dre. Oh yeah, give it to me. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. All the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. I mean, compared to a lot of the things you can do in Modern, just 29 cards in, 0 vault, 0. Them's the beats sometimes. Them's the beats. Yeah, this is the first match of the day, Equinox. What's going on? How old am I? I am 28. 28? 27? What year is it? It's 2018. I am 27. I would like to go second, please. Look at that! We've got Raven's Crime and Mutavault in the opener. Can't lose. By that I mean we could never draw a Loam. It's actually not Equinox. Because I spent an entire day in bed, I ended up not rating it. I sent my editor an email saying that I was taking the week off. I'll get it written for next week. The children do age you exponentially, to be fair. God, how do I beat Treasure Cruise attached to a 3/4? I guess I get to discard it. Nope, Gorbatron, you should message Twitch support. Unfortunately, I have no control over my notifications. Yeah, I imagine this deck's pretty good against Shadow, right? Because they just have like so few threats that you get to pick them apart. Give him the crime! Give him the crime! Crime and punishment. 28-year-old Baird going at 45. They don't mean to age you. Now they probably do mean to age us. Yeah, Liliana Void seems like it'll be pretty decent here. For sure. Is Ensnaring Bridge that good? Like, they're a bunch of 1-power guys, right? Like, I guess we get our hand completely empty at some point. This Mutavault's a little awkward. I kind of want to Inquisition plus Decay this turn, but obviously we can't. I could like Liliana and take a card out of their hand, but then they just get to hit her for 2. I think I'm just supposed to pass here and Decay a Spirit. I don't want to Decay a Spirit aggressively because they play Young Pyromancer. I'm not really interested. I would rather kill that. Alright, sweet. So now I can do this. What's going on, Zach? Okay. It's a decent draw. I get to Inquisition them. And then Fatal Push the Storko. That is unfortunate. I mean, I guess I just let them take Fatal Push if they want to take Fatal Push, but they're like certainly taking Liliana here. Yeah. This deck, to me, feels a lot like Ponza. This is awful. They're gonna well, they didn't. All right, I was like, they should bolt me here in response and then make me take Lingering Souls, but they didn't. God bless. Hype bit since 8-Rack was the first non-standard deck I ever built. Thank you, Morosith. I appreciate it. I feel like this deck has a lot of the same issues that Ponza does, in that it's all about trying to mitigate threats before they can get on the board, whereas Modern's a format where people tend to get on the board very quickly. So people are able to get to the board through your discard, and then you just have very poor tools for interacting with the board once people are on it. Yeah, the stream title is going to be the order that I'm going to play things in. I mean, I actually think the Loam in this deck is kind of an interesting take as a way to fight through card advantage that people have, and Maelstrom Pulse is a very good card. But like this here, right? Like I can just like never beat these Lingering Souls, ever. Like not at this point. I'd have needed a rack very early to be able to race them. And when I don't have a rack, I can't race what they have on the board efficiently. Maelstrom Pulse seems good. This and Fatal Push seems medium. Leyline of the Void sounds excellent. Is Liliana good enough here? Maybe these Bontus are fine too. Yeah, I think I'd rather just have the removal. I think Pox is the cut. Yeah, I'd believe that. Alright, I'm gonna do that. I need to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Leyline bug is supposedly fixed. That's why we're playing it. Double Urborg's kind of awkward, and I'm pretty sure Leyline's important enough here that I just mulligan for it. This is why I hate Leylines in my deck, because like now, like this hand's okay, I guess, but there's no Leyline in it. Would you mulligan this hand? How do we feel about this one? I feel like I'm supposed to keep it, but I also feel like I also feel like there's Leylines, and those are pretty important here. Yeah, I think this hand is good. We can just race them with these, right? I'm gonna keep a Wrench Mind. You'd mulligan this? Do you honestly think the matchup's bad enough that you can't win without Leyline? There's a link to the deck list in the donation queue. You can type !donation queue in chat to get a link. Like, how do I ever beat a Pyromancer here? I can beat a Collective Brutality, though. It's a good pickup, too. It makes Lingering Souls less scary. They binned a Culligan's command knowing I had a rack. Well, that... Yep. Remember when I talked about have a hard time when things get on the board? Land, please. Alright. Alright. Oh, that's fair, Rick. That's fair, because this one doesn't work until they have exactly one. Alright, well now I just like play Liliana and plus her and then they die, right? Look at that. We got to race Goblin Rebel Master. God bless. I guess this deck can actually race things. That's something that Ponza can't really do, right? Like, if you get multiple of these effects out, it burns them out pretty quickly. I'm like, that wasn't even a long grindy game, right? Like, we just threw him on the rack and powered it out. Double rack is pretty appealing. Liliana's pretty mediocre in this matchup, though. Yeah, Brutality should probably be in my deck. I'd buy that for $1. Yeah, I think I'm supposed to mulligan this because Liliana's not very good in this matchup. Everybody can check close 7 and unkeepable 6 off their bingo boards. So, like, we really want to draw Bontus, right? Because they're going to get to make infinite tokens next turn that unfortunately have different names. Hey, Equinox. Thanks for the 13-month resub. Thanks for re-upping that Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. Well, that's completely reasonable and beatable. Definitely things that are both reasonable and beatable. Hey, Voltaic, thanks for the 15-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, I just feel like Modern's a format where you can't really afford to board cards like Illness in the ranks because they're just so narrow. They're just so narrow. There's a deck list on your screen. If you're on mobile, you can type !deck in chat to get a link. Bontus, please. I guess I just have to do this. Knight of Souls Betrayal could be okay. That's a much less narrow one for sure. Hey Sparta, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. You know, there's a lot of great content producers on Twitch right now. So thanks for supporting my stuff this month. Just trying not to die. No, I don't have Bridge in my deck right now, unfortunately. Hand over fist 64. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. I appreciate it. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun bucks this way this month. 4, 5, 6. So we're basically dead. I didn't think about how confusing the fact that I'd been playing Black Green Rock and then posting the title Black Green Rack would be, but yeah, this is a rack deck. Payday means it's donation deck type. This is my version of the Flame of Keld 8-Wack that I've been testing. Sounds good. Happy to get that one in the queue. Nice to get to take our own way out here. All right, 0-2. See if we can rally it if we're gonna be moving on real quick. I love the varying levels of optimism. 0-3 Dream alive, 3-2 Dream still alive. You can tell who the Debbie Downers are in the group. No, I'm still a little bit sick. I'm probably gonna be running to the bathroom a couple of times this stream, but I'm mostly okay. I've been upright for a while. I ate an entire meal this morning. It is a cognito. I was like, what does it mean cognito? It definitely says cognito on the side. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know, Arca. Like, I was hoping adding some of the green splash would, like, maybe feel like it would help fix some of the problems this archetype has, but I just feel like it's not good enough in terms of, like, preventing people. I chose to play first just out of reflex, which was wrong. You're supposed to choose to draw with this deck. Hey, Jay Houston. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. There's a lot of great people making stuff on Twitch right now, so thanks for choosing to support my stuff this month. I just want to take their cards that actually kill me here, right? I'm gonna go ahead and Ravenscrime them here. You want to lead on Ravenscrime because you want them to discard the card, not knowing that we're about to Inquisition them again. Probably taking Spellqueller with this. One Vol, that's the difference, Nivik. I'm not sure there's ever been a good reason to play straight blue-white over Jeskai. I think the ability to burn your opponent out with a flurry of lightning bolts and Snapcaster Mages is pretty valuable in Modern. How aggressive the format tends to be sometimes. I think I'm just gonna go like rack into Shrieking Affliction here. They'll get to Logic, not one of them, but I think that's fine for us. I want to lead on Shrieking Affliction because the rack will start dealing damage sooner. I assume this is getting Logic knotted. And we'll go land Blooming Marsh. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what the text box on Blackmail is. No, I forgot to take the draw this game. The rest of the games I've managed to remember to take the draw, but I was talking while this game started, so I auto-clicked play first. Just out of muscle memory. Oh, Blackmail sounds really terrible. You don't want your opponent to have choices. You don't want to take those choices away from them. Although I will say, we've talked a few times about like game design and things that I think are good and bad game design. And as far as like from a pure game design perspective goes, don't play Geist. God bless it. Liliana. As far as a pure game design perspective goes, I actually think Blackmail's a really well designed card. I think compared to a lot of discard spells like Thoughtseize and Inquisition that like remove choices from your opponent, the fact that Blackmail allows your opponent to have decisions to be made is very valuable and neat. Hey, Magica Fiend. Thanks for the 5-month resubscription. I love trying out the decks you play on stream. I have fun playing the decks. I'm glad you enjoy them as well. Getting bolted. Tilt. Actually takes a turn off the clock. Yeah, we have 8 draws to let us kill this guy straight. That technically lets us live another turn. You can Abrupt Decay the token. Dead to any Bolt, Snapcaster Mage, or Helix though, which is a lot of cards. Oh. It's unfortunate. Do I even sideboard here? Fulminator to Black Geist is pretty narrow, and Ensnaring Bridge is better than that. Brutality doesn't kill Spell Queller is the issue. Yeah, I think this one's probably going to end up on the no-fly list, Blur. The last mill deck we played actually felt pretty good. I feel like we need Loam. Maybe we don't need Loam here because they're aggressive. Maybe that's the case. I don't hate that. Let's give this a try. I'm gonna add a tab. I'm gonna call it the no-fly list. On the donation queue. What's my no-fly list? We have 8-Rack, Ponza, Lantern, Red-Green Valakut. Are there others in there? That sounds like most of them. No, I don't mind Bogles. I think Bogles is actually a lot of fun. It's fun to play on occasion. It's a mix of the two, the link between. Like, Red-Green Valakut's a very good deck. I just don't enjoy playing it. It's very linear and uninteresting to play. Opponent subscribes to the keep any 7 cards against the rack. Yeah, Titan Shift is Red-Green Valakut. Just basically the non-green Valakut decks. Nah, I'd play Lantern for like $1,000. I'm not unreasonable. The right amount of money will play almost anything. The format's really bad. You're not wrong. Yeah, they just don't get it. Like, the 4-color, the blue-based Scapeshift decks, they just play so much differently than the red-green Titan Shift deck. The red-green Titan Shift deck is very much just like, derp, 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 slam a thing, hope it's good enough. What's going on, Sky? Of course. Ain't Cryptic Commanded. That's sad. Yeah, the old Bluescape Shift decks are great. It's just the red-green Valakut deck. It's just all it does is want to, like, rush to its combo finish. Aren't really many interesting decision points on the, like, point A to point B. I don't blame anyone for playing the red-green Titan deck for reference. I think the deck is very powerful, and I don't blame anyone for wanting to play a deck that's just good, but I don't think it generates very interesting gameplay. But that's a very subjective metric, so you're, like, welcome to disagree with me on it. Why would you Helix me? trigger. I mean, Bob, everybody finds something not enjoyable. Like, Modern's a format full of people playing decks that are just, like, dumpstering each other in unfun ways, by and large. I just, like, as the person playing the what's it called deck, the blue Scapeshift deck, I feel like I get to make more relevant decisions during the course of the game, as opposed to when I play the red-green Titan Shift deck. It's always correct to just, like, play my ramp spells, because that's all I have, and then eventually when I have enough lands, I play my win condition, and they die. I tapped that wrong. I should have tapped this. This is the third match. We are 0-2. Hey, Grikachu, thank you for the $10 donation. You want to get nuts? Dredge is my other baby. Thank you for the donation, Grikachu. Hey, Bob, you should reban that person. The person you just unbanned. They've been unbanned several times on this stream, and every time they come back and are a dickhead again, so please leave them banned. Black-white Smallpox is interesting. I like the Flagstones, Lingering Souls, Bloodghast angle. You know you've been banned a lot of times on this channel when, like, your username stands out to me. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and submit here again. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. I do need to run to the restroom again, though. Yeah, I'm gonna run to the bathroom again. Oh. Alright, false alarm, but better safe than sorry. My chair is nice, so I don't want to ruin it. Not gonna overshare, but it was a false alarm. Alright, yeah, hand seems okay. Look, that's the worst part about being sick. When you know you can't trust your farts, you're like, this could go real bad. We should run to the bathroom just in case. Those are fantastic emotes. All right, what you got? You're about to have less of it. All right, so Geist to Saint. Actually, I'd rather take Spell Queller here, right? Because I have Smallpox to clean up Geist to Saint trash. Name a deck that has more interaction than Lantern. Lantern's very interactive, Justin. My metrics on like what makes me find a deck interesting aren't like cut and dry. There's some variability in it. Yeah, this deck is super interactive. I just think it like, and like the same goes for Lantern too. I feel like this deck just like has a lot of mechanics in it that just like don't allow it to generate good, clean, interesting gameplay by and large. No, I think that's disingenuous, Ducklet, or Hasu. Storm is not interactive. Storm is trying to ignore you and then reduce your health total to 0. Alright, Thoughtseize you. I think the blue-red prison deck in general is just a little bit too clunky. Alright, so this is pretty unfortunate for us. So, like, now I have to choose... I think I just have to Smallpox here. And just, like, hope they don't draw a land for their Geist. Oh, I get to cast Thoughtseize after I kill the Spell Queller, right? So this is perfect. Never mind. I get to recast the Thoughtseize. I forgot about that. Right, I get to recast my spell. This is fine. Everything is going better than expected, chat. We figured it out. We got there. And we get to light them on fire. Light them up. They're on fire. Light them up, up. Light them up, up. Light them up, up. We on fire. Ooh. Ooh, you've committed a crime, opponent. See, like... This deck, we've interacted with our opponent a ton. We've interacted with their hand, we've interacted with their board, but we basically like have denied our opponent the ability to make relevant decisions. And that's like what Lantern does that makes it's like similar to Lantern in that aspect that makes me not really enjoy it as a deck. Like I want when I'm playing a game for there to be back and forth on both sides of the table. I want there to be relevant decisions for both of us, not just for me. All right, we're 1-2, scraping back to that 3-2 finish. Thanks everyone for hanging out this morning. I do appreciate it. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time TCG player and content producer here on Twitch. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are what keep me here full-time. You can also support my stuff by supporting my sponsors. MTGO traders would love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you, and if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout, then you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Hey, Beefish. Thanks for that Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for helping me do what I do here. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using code Jeff5, you can save 5% Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, Mack Weldon provides premium men's clothing. Using code Jeff Hoagland, you can save 20% on your first order of premium t-shirts, polos, underwear, shorts, all sorts of great stuff there. I mean, if you'd rather just win, you're not going to play a deck like this either. You just play humans. My energy was a little bit lacking there because I'm still not at 100%. My shills are going to be down a little bit today. Hopefully I'm back at 100% by tomorrow since I have to ride in the car for 4 hours to Louisville. Ancient Stirrings. I'm playing Tron or Red Green Eldrazi. Smells like Tron. I'd believe you that this deck is okay against humans. Four hours is an exceptionally long time when you need to run to the bathroom constantly. I would agree with you in general, though, that 4 hours is not a very long time. Yeah, I'm playing the black-green mid-range deck at the open for sure. I don't think that's true at all, Justin. In fact, Lantern Control is the style of deck because of the discard spells that it plays, that the only correct sequencing decision in most of your games is just play your shit out as fast as possible. I think that's a symptom of like how discard spells work and why I'm not a big fan of discard spells from a game design perspective. I think just like making it so I basically always want to be playing my stuff out ASAP is bad. Like there aren't sequencing decisions. And then like you wrap all that up in combination with the feel bads of that, like the game is mostly over, but it's not 100% over. So like people that are really competitively minded, like feel obligated to keep playing this game where they're like 95% to lose. They have to just sit there for forever. Like, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I don't fault anyone for enjoying playing Lantern Control. If you enjoy playing Lantern Control and it's your jam, own it, love it. Like, that's great. I think if you have a deck you like playing, that's what Magic, and especially Modern, is really about. Like, it's not your job as a player to like help Wizards create a format by like not playing decks that you enjoy. Like, if Wizards didn't want a deck like Lantern to be playable, they should ban it. But they don't, so obviously they want it to be there. With the asterisk that Gataxian Probe takes away a lot of that skill, Unilov, yes, I agree with that. Hey, The Drizzle, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. And there's a lot of great content producers on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting my stuff. I don't think any of the toolbox decks are particularly good in Modern right now. We're gonna play Kiki Chord later in this stream, actually next after this deck, and so hopefully I chose to play because I'm on autopilot mode. Can this deck beat Tron? People that have played Rack before, what is this matchup like? On paper, it feels like it's probably abysmal because Tron just like is the king of top decking. All right, I'm not even gonna try. I'm not a fan of this archetype in general. I gave it another chance. I gave it another chance because I thought the green cards could lend some credence to it. But honestly, I feel like the games where your opponent gets to the board, you just don't have the good tools to interact with those things. Some of those games you can race with these cards, but I think in general you're just going to be pretty far behind a lot of the time when your opponent's able to play through your discard. Honestly, if you're going to play this archetype, you probably just want to put the Ensnaring Bridges in the main. Just like max out on the misery and make sure that like Ensnaring Bridge is the type of card where if your opponent does play to the board, you're able to not die to their cards that they've played to the board most of the time. I think the Ensnaring Bridges are probably better than playing these cards. I really like the idea of having Life from the Loam on paper, but I don't know if it actually practically makes the deck better. Max out on the misery. Yeah, like discard spells that make you make decisions I think are really good. And actually, it's really interesting. Like, Blackmail's a card from Onslaught, and Cabal Therapy is from Odyssey or Judgment or something like that, right? Whatever the first flashback set was. So like cards like Inquisition and Thoughtseize, like these ones that are kind of more offensive, they're really like newer designed, right? Dredge is the only good one. Like from the Loam's a slow grindy card, and Modern is not a format that's friendly to slow and grindy decks. Modern is a format about being proactive and killing your opponent as soon as possible, generally speaking. There are a lot of stomping grounds in this deck. There's a Rugged Prairie. I might cut this Rugged Prairie. No Hallowed Fountain is fine. I've definitely played no Hallowed Fountain before. There's only one blue spell in the deck, so no Hallowed Fountain is probably fine. I think I want a basic mountain here. Yeah, I think I want a basic. Yeah, if anything, this should be Firelit Thicket, because like Zach said, there's only double white cards in the sideboard. But I think not playing it, like, especially with Field of Ruin being as prevalent as it is, I think not playing basic mountain's a pretty big mistake. Because like them being your opponent being able to like field or ghost quarter you off of your red source feels exceptionally bad. As for changing more details than a minor mana base tweak here, I think I'm not going to do that because this is a donation deck, so someone sent us wanting to play these cards. So I think tweaking the mana base like this is just a really small thing that's going to gain us plenty of percentage points. All right, Justin, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. I agree that discard spells are bad game design and they're offensive. I don't think you should try and fix cards that are bad game design by introducing cards that are worse game design into the format. The problem with Mental Misstep in the format is that people start playing Mental Misstep to counter other mental missteps, even if they originally had no desire to play that card. So it's just like this really obnoxious card that inbreeds on itself very quickly. I'm not going to make changes to the creature suite in here. I want to play this card for card like somebody submitted. It's only fair. That's what we do here. We can give feedback, and if we think we should have a Trials Tracker later,